And I get outside and wait for the other two to come out.
Oh, come on.
All right.
I also came out. Like when you left, I was leaving.
Okay.
So.
I turn to them and say, is there anything you guys need to do in town before we head to the watering cock or whatever the hell the name of our inn is?
Oh, the walking penis. Yes.
Yeah, well, at some point I'd like to test out my new cloak to see its limits. Like, so you guys can just tell me when you see me, tell me when you don't, so that we don't get bad surprises during
How
the fight.
about we go to the walking penis, and you come 5 minutes later, and you try to sneak in without us seeing you.
Well, everybody comes
Sure.
to the walking penis.
Right. So we'll do that. We'll leave you here. And you come in 5 minutes and try and sneak up on us.
Okay, sure.
Sounds good. Me and Horace start walking towards the inn. I guess Abigail stays behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abigail, what are you doing when you stay behind?
I'll chill. I'll look at my empty Mugwaggle's place.
Okay.
So
So-
empty.
Do you guys all just meet back at the inn then?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to come in sneaky mode, just for the lulz.
She's gonna sneak into the walking penis. So.
Yeah.
She's gonna come inside of it.
So,
Sneak
can you
in.
repeat to me the cape properties? I'm gonna write it down so that I don't get confused.
Didn't write them down?
Well, I will write them down now, so it
Why
will
didn't you?
never ever happen again.
It's like when you're in shadows, you have a higher
Yeah, but I don't
percentage
want
of
like
hiding.
it's like I want like the freaking what it is because I don't want Neil to like be ha. You didn't cover your little pig like I don't know your toe
Your
or
pigtail? You got a pig? Are you telling us?
Yeah, you gotta cover those pig toes.
pig toes.
This entire time, Abigail's actually been a rat. She just has a tail for some reason.
Oh, she does have flaming red eyes that everyone forgets about.
They're not that impressive.
It's just part of the 5.
Okay. It radiates, but the cloak bestows 90% probability of being invisible when the wearer is stationary within a dark or shadowy place.
Is that based on a roll that you do, Neil?
Yes, I make the 90% roll.
Okay.
In addition, it gives you +2 to AC.
Okay.
And then I have the 60% from my hide in shadows.
Correct.
Okay. Hide in shadows. Okay, it's written. So I cannot do it in the sun. Okay.
You could not do many things in the sun.
Yeah.
Me and Horace walk into the bar, see Vincent sit down at the table, and
So to repeat, then Azrael and a horse walks into a bar.
exactly.
Right.
There's also a priest and a rabbi and all that shit too. I sit down next to Vincent and say, "Did you find your apple juice?"
No, they don't have apple juice over here. It's a dastardly place. Their king is fantastic, though, so we'll tolerate it. But where's Abigail, actually?
She was testing out that
Haha!
cloak that we purchased for her not too long ago. So we told her,
Sorry, did you say she's testing a cloak?
yeah, she's gonna try to sneak into the bar. You know, we'd let her have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of like look around, and it's really well lit. There's people everywhere, and Abigail comes
We
like
can-
sliding in through the door, and everyone can
We
just
can
plainly
pretend
see her.
we don't see her. We can just pretend to be caught off guard.
She like fucking double agent somersaults under a table, and like
That was my plan. I
Just
got this
crawling
stumble
over.
ability. It's not for no reason.
Exactly.
I also
Okay.
got...
I suppose we should order up then and just wait for her. I'd like to have her input as well, and in what we're gonna do once we get to the other side.
Sounds good.
Eventually, you all reconvene.
Okay.
After I do some stunts.
Yes.
Is Abigail hidden? Are we surprised?
Abigail, how late do you wait to go into the bar?
I wait like 6 minutes. It's
Okay,
probably
so it's still like
fun.
daylight out.
Yeah. But I'll still try to like follow someone in and like follow them and I don't know, if there's a dark corner I'll go there. I might do a tumble or two.
Okay. Unfortunately, the bar only has the one entrance, and it's pretty obvious when people walk in, and there's no way you can sneak into the bar.
It was cute,
at this
though.
point in time. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Abigail,
fine,
you scared
Oh,
me.
God.
Man, you are one steep
Woo!
salt wind.
That's
I
gonna
used
be-
my
God.
ventriloquism ability to say hey guys. It's like it came from here.
Oh god.
Hey guys.
That cloak is really powerful.
Yeah, that was totally worth the money that we spent on, or the trade that we did for it.
Very
For
good.
sure.
Okay, so here's the thing, friends. We've had the weapons assembled. It's been a long time coming, and now it's time to put these to use. So I want to put it to a vote and hear your guys' thoughts, but the idea is we get to the other side of the mountains, and now we have the Black Army, or the V Army, as it were, and then the dragons to contest for. We have allies to the east in the elves, and unsure whether or not we have allies to the west in the, what were they called? The Storm Guard or
Stormtide Kingdom.
Stormtide Kingdom. And then, of course, we have our friends at High Claris Tower and stuff like that. So I want to hear your thoughts.
By the way, when I went home, I spoke to the Dwarven King, and he was very reluctant to send help anywhere near us. So, unfortunately, we do not have that army on our side, unless they seem to make a surprise appearance or anything like that. But that was one of the other things I did when I left after Breger's death. But
Well, good on you to try, friend, but dwarves are very selfish people generally. We didn't expect them.
Yeah,
I
they're
did not
kind
know.
of assholes.
I would say that we need to try and get as much help as possible. Fighting an army is likely not going to work with just
I
us.
agree. Is there anyone else we haven't reached out to?
not that I'm aware of.
Not on this side of the town, as it were. I've sent a letter to my father, but they're incredibly far away.
Neil, do we know of any, or I guess I asked Vincent, I'm like, do you know of any other kingdoms within this land that we could perhaps speak to about helping against this army?
I mean, we visited several. I mean, there's Atrilia down in the south. They have a decent-sized kingdom as well. But not really. I mean, it's the I mean, I don't know, Neil, you can jump in, but as far as we visited, I'm looking around, it's...
No other kingdoms that we know about, Neil?
I mean, there's some to the northeast that you have not visited that you know of. Like Miklograd is a kingdom you haven't been to. It's just north of Lake Tasia. And
Wait, really? Lake Tasia?
Lake Tasia.
yeah, there's a Lake Tasia and a Port Tyler.
Is that a... Never mind.
Oh,
I'm not
there's
gonna make
Lake
that
Tasia.
joke.
Damn, Lake
It's right
Tasia's
next
massive.
to Port Noni.
There's literally a splash mountain in that region as well.
Yeah, there
Wow.
is Splash Mountain.
This is where I run my other campaign over there. They do ridiculous things.
There's
Can we
Port Tyler.
run into your other group and kill them?
We just come back to play the next week.
Neil has to,
"I'm
like, make a
sorry,
bigger
the
Skype
RollPlay
call."
crew, they
Hey guys,
killed
bad
me."
news. They found the inn you guys were at, and they butchered you in your sleep.
God, that would actually, that would be so awesome to be able to do PvP with Dungeons and Dragons for like
Oh, it
a
would be
spin-off.
crazy.
That'd be fucking
How
so great.
sick would it be if, like, there was another group that also did this, and we PvP'd their group?
Yeah.
That'd be
that's it.
sick.
It would be sick.
That'd be hard to set up, though. I would reckon.
We would murk them, though, I think.
Breger, don't. Your rolls would just.
Well, that's the thing in the past, man.
What we just run into like the copycats of ours, and their Breger is a fucking complete badass.
It's like Bizarro World.
Yeah, their
Has a
Vincent's just like the
ponytail.
worst. He doesn't hit anything. Anyways, that
He
would be
has a
cool.
mustache.
I don't know how to play that out, but we should
Long story
definitely do
short,
some
friends, that's our options, and we're not going to go to either kingdom and expect them to help. We're going to count on us being on our own, and when we've asked what we can, and if they will come and help us, they will.
So
We're not going to end our mission on whether or not we'll have the aid of a kingdom.
Oh, I was not speaking of ending the mission. I was simply looking for help. But when we get to the other side of this mountain, where should we go? Is that? I mean, I guess that's kind of where what we're talking about here. Should we head to where it all started, back in Velsburg? We seemed to get Oris's attention pretty quickly when we did that.
I do not think we should go straight to what could be their capital. I don't think we're quite ready for that. What I'm saying is, as a small band, we pick off the dragons that we can. We help the military encampments like Highclare's Tower where we can. We harass leaders and we reeve, but we build and bide time until we know what we're dealing with. We still aren't really well aware of what's going on out there.
This Oris you speak of, he's the leader of the army?
Yes, Horus. Oris is the leader of the army. We call him Uncle Horus.
Don't know why, but I already don't like him.
Oris was a good man, Horus, but he became evil, so we call him Uncle Oris out of affectionate love.
All right.
Horus.
So, of course. Have you guys considered, sort of cutting off the head, going straight for this Oris? Perhaps that would fragment the armies or something.
I think that's very similar to what Azrael just recommended, and I just shot it down.
I've been doing
literally
that
a minute ago.
What if we try to find where, like our side, the non-evil side, is more vulnerable, and try to help it out and try to rally some more army to like have people behind us when we fight dragons?
I believe you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, exactly what I just said inside of 3 minutes
then
ago.
I agree with you.
Very good.
Why don't we just get across the mountain range and go into one of these smaller towns, the Cherindar or a Black Crest or Victorville, one of the smaller towns here on the other side of the mountain range, and see if we can find any remnants of the army. Obviously, we'll check it out before going in. We're not just going to jump straight into a fight that we're not going to win. But see if we can gather any information or perhaps find someone that we can extract information from.
That starts, one of the small towns outside, sure. We can get in there, take out whoever's the commanding officer, something like that, find out information about the army. That sounds all good to me.
Yeah, I mean, we could have the Abigail go scout it out for us before we even jump in so we know exactly what we're up against.
She's very sneaky. Let's also keep in mind, friends, I want to gather information on dragon sightings and put these weapons to use. We need to clear the land of dragons. I don't want to have any dragons involved when we finally do engage the army.
What would be great would be a wizard following us around.
What
That
for?
was-
And a real cleric. And then I look at Azrael.
Why a wizard?
I think
Because
she's
wizards
drunk.
are useful.
Yeah.
Well, so are magical fucking unicorns with Gatling guns on them, Abigail. I guess it would be great if we had a wizard, yes. That's a very easy statement to make.
I mean, if we happen to like find one, it's not like we asked wizard we encountered earlier. We didn't ask the king to give us his wizard, or I don't know, someone from a wizard shop to help us out.
I'm not sure if we have the necessary means to request something like that from someone else, especially when it could mean losing their life. But we'll keep an
Abigail,
eye
in all
out for a
fairness,
wizard.
If we come across a wizard that seems interested in abandoning their normal life and just joining us and attempting to free the lands, then we'll take them up on it. But I don't know that all of a sudden we're going to start looking for a wizard to do that. It feels like a...
Yeah.
It feels like
Have
if we
you-
haven't come across one yet, I don't know that we would all of a sudden.
And thus the party plans for JP number 4.
Yeah.
You know what would be great? A wizard or a healer that can actually heal.
Exactly.
Okay, friends, I'm going to get some rest tonight, or tomorrow we're going to ride the griffins over the mountain. Sounds like we have a plan. Make use of this night, get some rest, because we're about to get into the thick of things.
Sounds good. We'll see you tomorrow, Vincent.
Good night. And I get up and walk away.
When he walks away, I turn to Horace and Abigail and kind of just like looking at them both. I'm slightly bored, and I say, Horace, do you know much of the towns where we're adventuring to? Right after or tomorrow morning?
I do not. I'm not a well-traveled man.
Where exactly are you from, by the way? Did you tell us that already? I seem to have short-term memory.
I did. I'm from Tide's End.
Okay. Well, I guess I should probably call it a colon night. We got a long trip ahead of us as well. You two have fun, and I kind of like wink at Horace to then go upstairs to my room.
Okay.
Excellent.
It's just Horace and Abigail. Abigail and her horse.
I'm just chilling, sipping my water because I can't afford alcohol.
You want me to buy you alcohol?
No, I think it's getting a little late.
Alright then. I guess I'll just go to bed. Good night.
All right. Good night.
She goes to bed.
We all go to sleep, Neil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to sleep. Next morning.
Oh, I do the whole crawl forward thing and pray to him, etc.,
Oh.
etc.
Okay, so you pray to Crawford. So that night, as you're going to bed and setting up, Crawford says, "We have not had a moment alone recently.
I was
I wish to
thinking the
speak
very
to
same thing.
Whirlwind and the others.
You would like to?
Yes, can that be arranged?
Maybe at breakfast. I simply can't go around asking the rest of the party for their prized possessions in the middle of the night. Tomorrow morning I will ask the party and we'll see. It should be no problem.
The sooner the better. I sense something on the horizon that may aid us greatly in the upcoming battles.
What time of night? Like, is it like 10 p.m., 9 p.m., whatever?
I don't know. When'd you go to bed?
Earlier. I don't know.
This is like as you walk up the stairs to go to your room by yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll go to I guess as I'm walking upstairs, we still have Horace and Abigail downstairs. I'll walk over to Vincent's room and knock on the door.
Vincent,
I open
you
it
are-
naked.
He was waiting for Abigail all alone to go.
Azrael, what can I do for you, friend?
I have
Keep
a
in
very,
mind Azrael's eye line, by
yeah,
the way.
I have a very hard time looking up, so I just keep eye level straight forward as if I'm not actually looking at anything in particular. But I'm having a very hard time taking my eyes
A hard time.
off of it, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm
off
like,
the dong.
yeah, I'm like, Vincent, I need the sword. And then I close my eyes.
I need this sword.
What for, friend?
I'm saying this still blindly, and I'm like reaching out with my hand, trying to get a hold on the
Now,
door
Neil,
frame.
does he go blind after
does
having
he
seen
grab
my
the
Does he
sword?
die as well?
Roll for.
JP, you reach out, looking for the sword. Can you roll a d20 for me?
Yeah,
This is gonna be great.
let's see this.
Roll a 1.
I feel
20.
Like,
Oh!
I feel like Jeff is gonna have to roll Constitution here.
Now,
Yeah, no, you just reach over and you grab the sword or the sheath of the sword. No problem. You rolled a 20, dude. You got the sword.
Well, hang on. Let me paint a picture of what this... 'cause it seems like Neil's jumping a few steps here. I'm
you're not
answering
gonna
the door.
When you
A large man named Vincent Longbourn standing in the door naked. He says, I need the sword. I say, what for, friend? He starts reaching for it. It's past me on the bed. So
Okay,
this
you
little
grab
guy
his-
just like either
His
walks
arm
through me or
extends.
under me to go get the sword.
He grabs your thigh where your sword would be. Your naked, semi-hairy thigh.
It's actually it's muscular and pretty unhairy, actually. He likes to keep the body hair at a minimal.
It shaves below the waist.
Doesn't shave, just
I
built
feel
like a
it patches
swimmer.
the hair on his leg.
What do you think?
before
like
he
a
goes
stagger
to bed
shot
each
for?
night, he picks hairs on his leg very slowly, one
Right.
by
You
one.
know what he's been doing with the daggers all along?
So I'm
Friend,
like,
I don't know if you're drunk or not. You often are, but what do you need the sword for? I can't just give you Harbinger.
sure. Sorry, I'm a little. This is all very strange to me. I need the Crawford wishes to speak with his brothers, and of course to do that he needs to be in the same vicinity of it. So I was simply going to get the sword, get the other two weapons, and then return them tomorrow morning to you guys.
here's what I can offer. You could bring the weapons to my room and they can talk here, but I'm not going to just give the sword up for the day.
Can we compromise and you put some fucking clothes on, and then I'll bring the
Sure.
clothes?
Yes, of course. I'll put on some clothes. Just bring the weapons here, and they can have their little conference, but I'd like it within eyesight.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. I shall return with the other weapons, and I walk out of the room. And at this point, are Abigail and Horace still downstairs?
I guess at this point they would just be walking upstairs because they sat for a few minutes in awkward silence before going to bed separately.
So they're going to bed separately then. They're not walking up the stairs together?
I mean, they're going up the stairs at similar times, but they're not headed to the same rooms.
Who do I see first?
You see Horace first.
Horace, are you going to meet Abigail?
She's literally right behind me, and he's asking.
Yeah, she's like, like 5 or 10 feet behind you.
and he's asking
awkwardly
me if I'm
far
going
behind
to meet her.
We can't see past you.
Yeah, man, I'm sure.
Sure.
Ah, good point.
Okay, so I will just kind of like do a little sidestep to reveal her.
Ah, going together.
Ta-da!
Going together
Yes.
at the same time. At least
Cloak.
you're not discreet about this anymore. Regardless, I need I need to see the two weapons. Actually, if you guys, we can just make this easy. You see, Crawford wishes to speak with his brothers, and we were just going to convene in Vincent's room real quick so that he could do this, and then we'll call it a night. Are you guys game?
My only
Oh, I
hesitation
feel-
is I've heard Vincent sleeps in the nude.
I was just in there. Yes, but he's got some clothes on now. That was part of the deal, so that's good to
Excellent.
go.
Okay.
I didn't get to know my bow much, really. Like, did you guys get to know your weapons?
I know Crawford very, very well. Yes.
Mine calls
As
me
she
the
says
Lord
this,
Master, yes.
Whirlwind says, "What can I do for you, Fred? Yeah.
Friendship assimilated.
Oh, God.
I'm really excited to kill some dragons. It's gonna be great. Yeah."
All right, that's it, Jeff. You were playing Whirlwind
Damn it!
from here on out. Done.
Woo, some dragons, yeah. Let's shoot them, yeah.
What, that sounds like who's
like
it from
this
Family
Whirlwind.
Guy? There's a Family Guy
Welcome.
voice that does it. Anyways, I don't know who that
Welcome.
was. Abigail, could we? Why don't you just join us and perhaps you could convene with Whirlwind while we're in there.
Are we just all gonna let the weapons talk without supervision?
I do not believe they need supervision. Yeah, that's the plan. Yes, they simply want to have a discussion and we can stand there and watch.
Well, we won't see shit. It's not like we can hear them without touching them.
You can feel free to jump into the conversation. It's going to be very rough, though. Maybe you'll enjoy that.
How do you feel about it, Horace?
I'm okay with it. I'm on board with this. Especially, I mean, he said you can jump into the conversation, so I'm sure you could throw your hand on your weapon while they're talking. And
Well, I'll go talk to Whirlwind, actually. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
okay,
I go in my room with the bow.
Horace, let's go to Vincent's room. Abigail, join us. Join us shortly.
Sure. You could maybe sneak up on us.
All right, Abigail.
By the window.
me and Horace make way to Vincent's room, and Abigail goes to her room. So whichever one you want to do, Neil.
Abigail.
Alright. So, hey Whirlwind, I haven't spoken to you since we got together. I think we should get to know each other, but right now my friends want you to meet your brothers. I wanted to know how you felt about that.
I've been dying to meet them since you first picked me up.
Can you clue me in on what you think you guys are going to be discussing, or
I
after?
haven't the foggiest idea. Probably 500 years of catching up. It will be quite a nightmare for you to listen to. You may wish to remove yourself from the situation. I've heard it said that the minds of mortals are overwhelmed by our speech, that we speak too quickly. People have been known to pass out from it.
Okay, I'll let you guys talk in peace, but if you would clue me in on what you guys are talking afterwards, I'd be very grateful.
Of course.
After all, we're a team, right?
We are a team. We are here to slay some dragons.
Okay. And then I go to give the bow.
Okay. Everyone else?
We're all waiting in Vincent's room.
They're already
so-
in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I open the door and I'm clothed.
All right, so I guess I put crawl forward down and just ask the rest of the party to lay the weapons where they are all atop each other, and I kind of like point out where exactly they should go, etc., and then wait for them to set it down.
Okay. You guys all stack your weapons one on top of one another. And then they're kind of just sitting there for a little while. What do you guys do while they sit there?
I would assume there's an awkward silence.
Yeah.
Most likely.
And so
I'm kind of
So-
just looking at the pile to see what happens.
It kind of looks like a pile of, metal and wood just kind of lying on top of each other. It looks
So how
super
did you-
ordinary.
So how did you get your butterfly tattoo? Oris.
It was back when I had money, back when I could afford alcohol.
Oh. And why did that happen? Did you lose a bet?
You know, I really don't remember.
So as they're having this conversation,
Yeah.
I'm like, so Vincent, where did you get your tattoos from?
Oh. I recently had some added on to me. They are our fallen brothers in battle. Bregor and Tugabut. Two of my closest friends.
I was very surprised to see the BA and then the NON on each ass cheek. What was that about?
Ah, Bannon. Yes. I also honor, in a way, a member of our party that ended up being a little bit of a snake in the grass. So I honor him by every single time I take a shit. It's directly through his name.
You have an odd way of remembering people, Vincent. But I guess to each his own.
To each their own, friend, indeed.
I'm not sure how long this is going to take, and I kind of approach the weapons and put my hand on crawl for it. What do I hear, Neil? Just constant talking?
They must all die. They must all die. You hear that being chanted over and over again.
So I lean down, kind of put my hand on it. I don't make any reactions that at least people can tell. Then I lean back, be like, yeah, they're still talking. They're still talking.
I'm sharpening daggers, sitting on my bed.
I'm
And
gonna ask
polishing... No. I guess I don't have Harbinger.
I'm gonna ask Oris if he wants to come talk with me in the room next to it. To come in my room.
I think after this happens, I will be down for that. But I'm kind of interested to see what all these weapons have to say.
But for like 30 seconds, I want to tell you something.
But you... Okay. Let's step into the hallway. Alright, that's fine.
So in the hallway, I'm gonna whisper to him, like, really quietly. So, what happens if we meet a good dragon and they want to kill them?
I mean, I think that these weapons are very powerful, but ultimately we wield them. So they'll likely want to kill the dragon, but it'll ultimately be our decision. So,
But then they're gonna hate us if we don't do it.
you know, it's a good question. I have no idea what happens if we encounter a dragon and we decline to attack it. I think Vincent would know the most because he's very... Well, either Vincent or Azrael. Azrael knows the most about the weapons, I think, and Vincent the most about dragons.
Yeah, I could talk a bit with Vincent. I'll try to talk to him at some point when he's alone.
Why could you not talk to the rest of the party about this?
I can, but the weapons were there.
Hmm.
I don't want
I
them
see.
to think we have doubts about them.
Okay. You asked just me to come out, so I figured you had maybe doubts about the party as well.
No, I just didn't want the weapons to wonder what was going on.
Okay.
If you think that Vincent should be clued in, you can send him out to talk to me.
No, I think absolutely we should talk about it.
But the weapons will hear if we have the weapons with us.
That's true. I mean, I can grab both of them right now, and we could all talk about it.
But Azrael seems so close to his little hammer guy. Up to you. You can grab them. Whatever.
I'll grab Vincent and see what he thinks. So I'll pop my head in the room, and I'll give Vincent a look like, can you come out into the hallway?
Of course. Azrael, you mind watching the weapons?
Yes, it is. That'd be perfect. Thank you.
I
Perfect.
step out.
So, we've been discussing what happens when we come upon a dragon who is either neutral or good or even wants to help aid us in our quest. These weapons are pretty bloodthirsty for dragons, regardless of alignment. What do you think, Vincent?
Like the gold dragon.
I've thought about this. It's good that you bring it up. I do think that dragons that are evil obviously must go, and the dragons that are kind and have been helping us, well, there's only been one so far. I obviously don't think we should just strike them down, although that's what our weapons are going to want to do. It's also worth noting that we've asked this question of that brass dragon, I believe he was, when we were with him, and this was before we had the weapons, and he was very clear that the weapons are to be destroyed or kept away from him as well. So I don't know that we will encounter actual friendly dragons while wielding these weapons. I think they'll view us as an enemy anyways as well. The bottom line is obviously we don't just like, dragon, go and swing, and if we identify that it's of the good ilk, then we'll give it a chance to talk. And that's how I think we handle it.
But then the weapons could get upset and stop helping us.
They could. But if you're asking me, the alternative is just to butcher every single dragon we see, good or bad. I don't know that I'm comfortable with that.
Do that. I agree. But we heard that the weapons are supposed to become more like us, right? And not the
They take on the
opposite.
character of the one that wields it, yes.
Do you
Indeed.
think we can slowly influence them to want to kill only evil?
I don't know. That's the hope. I'm told that if the weapons are obtained and held by someone evil, they become very evil. So it stands to reason then that if they're wielded by someone of good heart, that they would become more good.
I suggest that we all try to connect with our weapons as much as possible on our own.
This is my sword. There are many like it. But I can't remember the rest of it. Yes, I agree.
This one
We
is
should-
mine.
Thank you.